American literature. What Shakespearean play featured Shylock?
Merchant of Venice.
Right. Wait a minute, second. I'll get. Can I help you?
Hi, you Marty Mama, 2682 Kyle Street, Cincinnati, Ohio?
That's right.
Bring it in. He's your grandfather.
My grandfather's been dead for 30 years.
I know, but we have good news. You see, the Reverend Jesse Jackson has decided it's time to free the dead.
What?
Yes, in about 2 weeks, we'll have the members of you and your wife's deceased family right here in your living room. Good day.
The Reverend Jackson's really oversteps his bounds this time. It's a good thing he's only returning deceased people, or we might see Petey again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's your parrot.
Gee, if we could only wake him up, think how good he'd be at Trivial Pursuit. Give him some more.
Bless you. That's good. That's good. Could I have the check, please? All right, O'Rourke. It's your turn to pay.
Wouldn't you know? I can't pay today. Today I give money to the Lord.
You give money to anything? Who are you kidding?
I give money to the Lord every year. Now, I bet you two don't.
What are you talking about? Every year I give a big portion of what I earn.
Me too. And most times I give over half.
Well, I never know what I'm going to give. So what I do is I draw a line. Then I throw all my money up in the air. Whatever lands on the right side, I give to the Lord. What lands on the left, I keep. What do you do, O'Flaherty?
Well, much the same as yourself. Only, you see, I draw a circle. Then I throw my money in the air. Now, everything that lands outside the circle, I give to God. And what lands inside the circle, I keep.
Well, I do pretty much the same thing as you two fellas, but I don't draw a circle and I don't draw a line.
Well, what do you do then?
Well, I just take all my money, I throw it up in the air, and what the Lord catches, he can keep. See you fellas.
You know, I might have known he'd come up with some kind of an answer. The cheap son of a shillelagh. All right. It's between you and me. We'll flip for the check, all right?
Right.
Are you ready? Call it.
Hey!
To heck with it, I'll just pay. You catch it next time.
Right.
They're so stupid. He never keeps small change.
Thank you. It's Super Dave Osborne time once again, ladies and gentlemen. So take it away, Mike Walden and Super Dave Osborne in West Los Angeles, California.
Thank you, John Biner. We've got a real treat for you today. I'm standing here in the West Los Angeles office of Dr. Sidney Kyleman, who is Super Dave Osborne's personal physician. What we're going to do is really great. You're all familiar with those brilliant shows that do practical jokes on unsuspecting victims? Well, we felt who better to play Bizarre's first practical joke on than our own Super Dave Osborne. What we told Super Dave is that Dr. Kyleman wanted to give him a physical examination before his next stunt. Now, we've got hidden cameras in this outer office. And there's one in the doctor's office to catch the real fun. Jack, can we cut to that camera right now? There's Dr. Kyleman, and that's where our real joke will take place. However, I've set up a little tiny practical joke to set things up. I've greased the hallway.
Bye-bye.
I think the great one is on his way. Super Dave, let me give you a hand.
Oh, that did it.
Oh,
boy.
What in the world happened?
Oh, I don't know. The floor was waxed.
The floor was waxed. They always like it clean when you arrive. You know that.
Oh, Mike, why am I here?
You're here because the doctor wants to check that broken rib to make sure it's healed properly.
Mike, we x-rayed it last week. We don't have to do it anymore.
He wants to make absolutely certain that it's healing just the right way. Here, come over here. You took a...
boy, am I hurt.
Can't believe that. Sit
Oh,
down. Easy does it now, okay?
what a surprise that was. I put the brakes on and went right by.
If you were surprised, so was I. I couldn't believe it.
What are you doing here?
Well, you know I'm interested, too. After all, you're the most important thing in my career.
Hello, Super Dave. How are you? How you
Hello,
feeling?
Dr. Common. Well, I was pretty good until I went by your office there. Let me see. You called me, asked me about... Oh, yes, the screw you put in my knee that you left protruding. I did file it off, and it stopped tearing my pants. Now, the ankle joint feels better. What did you put in there, wood?
No, we put aluminum in there.
Oh, well, it almost caught fire the other day and I was sent by the fire brands. And this doesn't hurt quite as much. You can't hear it anymore. Can you hear this?
It's okay.
And my tongue,
Uh-huh.
it's sewn back together. You can't even tell what's artificial anymore.
By the way, how's the groin operation?
How the hell should I know? I left my nuts on the motorcycle when I came.
Well, we'll worry about that later. Look, Super Dave, I want to get one final x-ray and take a look at those ribs once
I'd rather
again.
not. You know, I've had a lot of x-rays.
Super Dave, don't argue with the doctor.
Yeah. Look, I'm starting to glow in the
You
dark.
can't be too careful in the medicine business.
Okay. Now, the real fun is about to start.
I don't think it's broken. I just hurt on the handlebar, but I'd rather leave these on if we're going to do another x-ray.
That's no problem. You just step behind the x-ray machine, take your normal position, if you will, please.
All right, you want me to leave my uniform on or take it off?
No, that won't be necessary. We'll just up the dosage here a tad, and that ought to handle it.
Here you are, Doctor.
Okay. Let's get this and
Watch this. Here comes the practical joke. What we're going to do is give Super Dave 100 times the raise that he would normally get. This really ought to be good for some laughs.
What the hell are those hats for?
Oh, we can see the x-rays better. All right, when I say take a deep breath, we'll go. Ready?
I can hardly wait to see this.
Deep breath. Go.
Okay. All right. Oh, too much. Too much. Enough. All right.
How do you feel, Super Dave? Oh, golly. I guess I'm going to have to give away the gag. You see, Super Dave, you know all those great practical joke shows that are on TV? Mm-hmm. Well, I got this idea that we should have a practical joke on Bizarre. So, who better to play a practical joke on than you, Super Dave Osborne? Anyway, you see that flower pot over there? It's a hidden camera. And we gave you 30,000 BTUs of X-ray. Now, normally that would fry a chicken, but you, the great Super Dave Osborne, the kind of condition you're in, doesn't seem to have had any effect on you on whatsoever. Anyway, what the hey? We tried anyway, right, Super Dave?
Ass face. My entire fucking chest is welded to this x-ray machine.
Well, then it did work. That's wonderful. This is a happy Mike Walden from the office of Dr. Sidney Kyleman, where we have just performed an adorable practical joke on the great Super Dave Osborne, returning you to Bizarre. Are we on, guys? Gee, that was wonderful, Super Dave.
Mike, if I ever get my arms back, I'm gonna squeeze your fat little face until your dick is as long as your leg.
Doc, it did work, huh? Didn't we have fun?
Remember, kids, don't try this stunt at home. I'd like to leave you with an inspirational poem. Roses are red. Oh, violets are blue. When this... Oh, fuck it.
Last year, we at Bazaar saluted the only successful 24-hour round-the-clock news network, the World Cable Network. They've currently been on the air for 6 years straight. However, there have been rumors that there may be a buyout of the network or a shakeup in the staff. Anyway, we thought we'd take maybe a last look at this remarkable team. Take it away, World News Channel.
What to me? What did you do? Good evening, Harry Crocker with the Crack All World News Team, and I just want to say that if this happens to be our last broadcast, I've really enjoyed myself these last 6 years, and I can't think of one negative about my experience. I love these people. I mean, they're more than friends. I mean, they're family, huh? I wouldn't be as great as I am without them. So let's start off with Barbara. What have you got to say for us today, Barbara?
Well, I'd like to say something, but first maybe you'll help me shovel some of your BS off my shoes.
Barbara, darling, I don't know how many times I've told you, don't be so lippy on camera, huh? One more outburst out of you, and I'm going to take those lipstick beauties and stretch them right over your fucking skull.
Aren't we Mr. Macho? I bet the audience would love to know how the first thing you do when you go home at night is to slip into a dress to relax.
Hey, now, come on. Maybe the 6 years we've been out here, 24 hours a day, maybe it's getting to us. Now, let's relax. Let's give the people the news. Take it away, Barb. I'm sorry. While Barb was gathering her papers and her teeth, let's go to the sports report with our crack sports reporter, Stu Birnbaum.
Well, thank you, Harry. You know, let's go all around the sports beat this evening. First, basketball. A much belated congratulations to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for breaking the all-time scoring record, previously held by Wilt Chamberlain. And in the world of baseball, congratulations to Darryl Strawberry for playing terrific ball. In football, a belated sensational tribute to Marcus Allen for his all-round brilliant play.
Wait, Stu. Stu, I hope you don't take this wrong, but for 6 years now, 24 hours a day, you've been reporting the sports news, and not once have you talked about a player that wasn't black.
Well, that's a terrible inference you're making, Harry. And besides, if you'd waited for my final report, your outburst would have been unnecessary.
Well, I'm sorry. It just seems to be all one way, that's all.
Well,
continue.
Well, look, big news in the boxing world. Black heavyweight champion Larry Holmes beat the shit out of another white man. Well, back to you, Harry.
Thanks. I see that Barb has collected her thoughts, so what have you got for us, Barb?
I'll tell you what I've got for you, you total incompetent. I got news for everyone in this field. I am the one who held this team together. Harry Cronco, ace anchor man, who is he kidding? He's an anchor, all right, more on the Titanic than on this news team.
Hold on, Bob. I don't think they got that last thing. I don't think your mic is working. Testing. Seems to be working, Barb. Oh, yeah, where were we? Bob was reviewing our show, which is a good way to bring in our entertainment reviewer, Gene Shallow. Gene, come on. Hey, Reveille.
Hi.
Oh! What do you eat? What the rest of us throw away? What have you got for us today?
Oh, well, I'm going to talk about the injustices that the great Barbara Streisand has suffered at the hands of the so-called Hollywood establishment. I want to go back to her movie Yentl. She was totally ignored in the Oscar race, and why? Because they were jealous. Jealous that she was a woman with enough guts to see a project through from its inception to the very end. She wrote it, she produced it, directed it, starred in it. What more can they ask? Why don't they forget the petty jealousies and give this woman her due? Come on, Hollywood. If you're not going to give her proper respect, then don't stoop to crass and untrue excuses. There's a reason why Barbara didn't get the Oscar. I know it. But it takes a real film aficionado studying hours and hours of Yentl before you finally realize the one fault. Don't just skim over it. Study it.
Oh. That was pretty powerful. I mean, after studying hours of Yentl, why do you think she did not deserve the Oscar?
Her nose.
What?
Her schnoz. She's got the biggest honker in the history of show business. Why don't they rent out one side as a studio and the other as a theater? Look at beach.
You know, Gene, if this is our last show and I never happen to see you again, I just want you to know the only thing that comes close to your lousy reviews is that skunk gas breath of yours. Now, why don't you drop about 1,000 chlorets and go lay against the wall, huh? Speaking of bad air, let's turn to our weatherman, Willard.
Well, thank you, Harry. Incidentally, before I get to the weather, I would just like to say that I received 2 little walnuts from a Kathy Carmo in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Oh, where are my nuts? Ah, Jim. And I also received a little poem, too. It goes like this. Dear Willard, you really are a doll. We respect you for your courage and your guts. We know you get hungry doing the show, so if you do, just chew on your nuts. Wasn't that cute, huh?
Willard,
Yes.
could I see you for just a minute?
Oh, sure, Bart. Yeah.
You've been reading these stupid letters for 5 years now. Now, since this might be our last show, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you just how much they bother me. Now, why don't you take your fucking nuts, shove them up your nose, and do the weather?
Oh, yes, the weather. Okay, if we come over here. It's going to be hot here, it's going to be cold here, it's going to be nice here, it's going to be just great. Now, before I do any more weather, I would also like to say that I received a box of chocolate frogs from a little girl, some with little pudding, some with a little jello in them, and I munched away on
I
them.
can't take you anymore, and I'm going to finish you off. Gene, say hello to Willard.
Hi, Willard.
Hi.
Well, that's our news for tonight. Maybe we'll see you again, maybe we won't. But if we don't, this is Harry Cronko from the entire World News team wishing you a good night.
Wait, I wanted to say goodbye.
Oh, I'm sorry. Say goodbye! You know, Stu, I was mistaken again.
Oh, yeah?
Now that skunk breath is gone, you know that horrible smell I thought was you all this time?
Yeah?
It was. I'll tell you, I had fun, and because you've been such a wonderful audience, I'm going to share one of my many talents with you, and I think you're really going to have a good time. May I please have my assistant, Wanda? Wanda, come out here, please. Thank you. Lovely fun. Have a seat there, Wanda. Thank you very much. Now, I've been doing this for many years. I've studied under some of the great hypnotists of our day, Blackstone, Gertchikov, the great Lavko. They are amazing. They can make a person fall asleep in a matter of minutes. Come to think of it, so can this show. I know, I'm going fast. I'll do this. Oh, right away. Wanda. Watch the watch. Watch my watch. Listen to my voice. Your eyes are getting sleepy. Your eyelids are getting heavier and heavier. Your breathing is getting deeper and deeper. You are falling asleep. You are asleep. Now, Wanda, when I click my finger, you will awaken, and you will feel the same, but only differently in the sense that when I say wonderful, it will make you take your clothes off. All right, Wanda?
Just fine.
Just fine. You were fine. Wasn't she wonderful?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Yeah, you were just that. You were just wonderful.
Wonderful.
We're starting here.
What the hell are you doing?
We're having fun. Now, wasn't Wanda wonderful?
She was very good. Just say goodnight.
Wonderful.
Would you just say goodnight and stop this?
All right, I'll say goodnight, but I know tonight I'm going to have a wonderful time.
Wonderful time.
Okay, let's just close this up, okay?
Yeah.
Will you stop this? This is not wonderful.
It's not wonderful.
Well, I didn't look, but anyway,
Oh.
what I want you to do is say goodnight, okay?
I already said,
Please.
I'll say it.
Okay, listen, I'm very sorry. This is very unprofessional. Whatever he did to you, I have no idea. You're a sensational actress, and when you see this at home, you're not going to like it. Trust me. Okay? Can we have a tremendous hand for this beautiful young lady and a terrific actress, Wanda?
She's still in a spell, Bob. I've got to bring her out of the spell. It's not too good to let somebody
Say
go
goodnight.
away with
Just
it.
please.
Good night, everybody.
Why do you do these stupid things?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Everyone knows you know nothing about hypnosis. So you come out here, whatever you deal you made her do, you made her take off her clothes, and it's insulting. It's degrading to our show when you do that.
You know, you really put your big foot in your big mouth this time, Thunder Thighs, because I've spent a lot of money and a lot of time learning the art of hypnotism. In fact, I've worked on some of these people around the studio. I've tried it, and it has worked. So ask them. You think I'm making it up? It's not something I made up.
You know, I got a terrific idea.
What's that?
Why don't you go home, hypnotize yourself, and next week you could come back as a human being.
Come on, Bob. Face it, it's another one of my many talents. Makes you very jealous. Why don't you just realize that? And if you're a good boy, one day I might teach you how to do it.
Why don't you do me a favor and just drop this once, for once? Admit you were silly, okay? Admit you used Bizarre for your silliness, please.
I've got to go home now. Wanda's at the apartment. That's all there is. Driver, remember how I hypnotized you? Drive me home when I click my fingers.
Just give up. Okay?
It works.
No, it doesn't
works.
work. It was
He's driving
stupid.
me home. I clicked my
Yeah,
fingers.
no, you paid him to drive you home. Can you believe him? Did you see that? What happened is in the good nights, you know what he did? He put a stupid hypnotizing bit, got a girl to take her clothes off, and so I went out and I told him he shouldn't do it. We walk all the way out here, and he won't give up. He's like a 2-year-old. He thinks it's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah, wonderful. Let me tell you something, Biner. You're not so wonderful, okay? Doesn't work. Grow up. Wasn't that wonderful, was it?
Wonderful.
You know what I said, wonderful? No, no. It's his idea.
Wonderful.
Sit. Don't move. Leave me alone.
Wonderful.